Thank you, sir.
All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Council?
La otra señora.
There's fewer and fewer. I got a call. Remember Dave Arnett? Yes. He called me the other day. We're going to have lunch when the pandemic's over. There's fewer and fewer and fewer. Jueves is in West He's gone back and forth since he left. Oh, yeah. He's going well.
Yes.
Yeah. Side seats. It's always working in the back of the class.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, this is a color. I know.
It's so hard. I'm gonna take it better for being here. Yung sabi ko, it's a hard time. Good, good. Gracias. How are you? En esta pandemia, ahí está mal y ya que probaba. Thank you for coming.
I don't know how you still walk. That's not good.
I know he texted me the other day, so like he wants to have me call me. No, I wasn't feeling you that I see his face.
Está conmigo ahora, está viviendo conmigo. So, yeah. Lo ven también. Getting old, making me feel old. My daughter graduates this year. So we're in the process of applying for university. Syracuse. Florida State, you go back. So we're applying to University of Florida is one of the top tech higher. If we can get into that, higher. Wow, very good. He wants to be an attorney, so. The due date is November 16th. So that's what I'm working on.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can please find your seats, we will be starting shortly.
I'm not encouraging it. Okay, I will.
Yes, I am.
Next to Martha. Martha's room. Go down to the middle.
and welcome. I'd like to welcome our distinguished guests and thank you all for joining us for this momentous occasion. It is my pleasure to first introduce to you my esteemed colleagues and fellow board members who are in attendance today. Board Member Susie Castillo. Ms. Castillo. Board Member Dr. Larry Feldman. Board Member Dr. Martin Hart. Board Member Dr. Marta Perez. And we have the pleasure of having our three board member-elect. Board Member-elect Ms. Lucia Baller. Board Member-elect Ms. Christy Fraga. And Board Member-elect Ms. Luisa Santos. As well as our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Alberto Carvalho. It is also an honor to have with us some distinguished elected officials in attendance. I believe Miami-Dade County Commissioner Mr. Pepe Diaz is here, or will be here. Miami-Dade County Property Appraiser Mr. Pedro Garcia, I see him there. And Miami-Dade County Councilman Board 14, Mr. Wilbur Bell. Mr. Bell here. We also have with us today the Honorable Judge Lizette Martinez of the 11th Judicial Court. As the chair of the school board and on behalf of my colleagues on the board, we thank you. We thank you very much for your service to our community, to all of you. Miami-Dade County Public School is comprised of amazing administrators, teachers, and all of our staff that work tirelessly on behalf of the children of Miami-Dade County. It is a privilege and honor for us to work with people who share our vision of educational excellence for all our students. To our Miami-Dade County Public Schools family, I would like to say thank you for the wonderful work that you do every day for our students and our entire community. And today, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to be here celebrating one of our colleagues and is very special and dear friend of mine, Dr. Lubby Navarro, a dedicated professional with the firm belief that our children deserve the very best education, a world-class education. Lubby Navarro is a public servant with great passion and conviction. Her dedication to the entire district and her constituents is commendable. The strong support that Dr. Navarro received during her re-election is a reflection to her service. My dear Lubby, personally, thank you. Thank you for your unwavering commitment and dedication to the students and teachers of Miami-Dade. District 7 is truly blessed to have you as the representative on the board, and we are delighted to have you as a member of our board. Thank you, Lubby. Congratulations on another term, and I look forward to all the great things that you will continue to accomplish for our school and our community. Thank you. Mr. Superintendent, please, would you like to speak, sir? Yeah. Would you like to do it now or after this one here?
Good afternoon and welcome to the ceremonial swearing in of the Honorable Lubby Navarro, School Board Member, District 7. For the health and well-being of all attendees, we kindly ask that you observe social distancing protocols, including the wearing of a facial covering at all times. Please stand for the presentation of colors, Pledge of Allegiance, and the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Here to present the colors is the Miami-Dade Schools Police Honor Guard. Leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag will be Petty Officer First Class Tony Gonzalez, United States Coast Guard, Station Boston. Officer Gonzalez is the brother of School Board member Lubby Navarro. Singing the Star-Spangled Banner will be Mark Alexander Horace, a recent graduate of the senior class of 2020 and now a freshman at Florida International University. The presentation of the colors.
Forward, march. Mark time. Mark. Hold. Left. Think.
And to present the Pledge of Allegiance.
Breathe in.
Now all rise to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now I would like to congratulate my sister, Lubby Navarro, as being re-elected as one of Miami-Dade County's school board member. Love you. See you soon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing as the honored guard will now retire the colors.
Right. Think. Forward, march.
Thank you. Please be seated. Delivering today's invocation is Reverend Conrad Moya. Pieta, Senior Pastor of CDM Community Church, located in District 7.
Good afternoon. Let us have a moment of invocation and prayer. We pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. God, creator of heaven and earth, today we come before you, and this audience also, to pray for our Honorable Lubby Navarro, as she is sworn in to serve another term as the school board representative. God, we ask you to continue to use her with the passion and dedication and love she has displayed for our school system throughout these years. God, may you continue to fill her with your love and dedication for the children and personnel of her district. And more importantly, that you will grant her health and wisdom to serve as she has done so far. And finally, we pray for the entire school board system in this school year 2020 and 2021. May you keep all students, administrators, and staff safe and well. Lord, we pray in your name. Amen.
Would the Honorable School Board Member Lubby Navarro from District 7 please come forward? School Board Member Lubby Navarro was born in Havana, Cuba, and immigrated to the United States at the age of 5 years old, with her family seeking a life of freedom and opportunity. Ms. Navarro grew up with a deep appreciation for her new homeland and committed herself to a life of public service. She has dedicated her life for the past 25 years to public service, beginning with her employment in the Florida legislature and later as an administrator with both Miami-Dade County and Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and now is an advocate for public health as Director of Government Affairs at Memorial Healthcare System. She also proudly serves our nation as a volunteer, as an active member of the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary, United States Homeland Security, 7th Coast Guard District, Division 6, Flotilla 65 in South Dade. In 2013, School Board Member Navarro began serving her community on the Miami-Dade County Community Council Board 14, representing areas of unincorporated Miami-Dade in South Dade and the Redlands. In 2015, she was appointed by Governor Rick Scott to fill the school board vacancy for District 7. In 2016, she was elected to continue to serve as school board member for District 7. Now, most recently, in August 2020, she was re-elected by voters in District 7 for a new 4-year term of office. During her tenure on the board, School Board Member Navarro has been active in her community and in organizations representing the school board. She currently serves on the Miami-Dade Value Adjustment Board and is the second vice president of the National Association of Latino Elected and Appointed Officials. Among her notable accomplishments is her appointment in 2018 by Governor Ron DeSantis and Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez on the state of Florida's Education and Workforce Development Transition Advisory Committee. On the school board, she has remained tireless in her efforts to deliver excellence, equity, and opportunity to the students and teachers of Miami-Dade. As a strong advocate for special needs students, the expansion of school choice, the improvement of school facilities, enhancement of teacher compensation, and school safety. She is honored to have the opportunity to continue to serve this community as a member of the School Board of Miami-Dade County, Florida. Joining School Board Member Navarro is her daughter, Stephanie Marie Navarro, and her youngest cousin, Gabriela Gonzalez. Swearing in the Honorable Lubby Navarro is the Honorable Lizette Martinez of the 11th Judicial Circuit of Florida. The Honorable Lizette Martinez presides in the 11th Judicial Circuit of Florida in the County Criminal Court Division. Prior to her installation on the bench, she spent 20 years focused mostly on family trial and litigation, representing more than 1,000 clients in family law cases. She has also served as a pro bono guardian ad litem, acting as a representative for children in the court system. She was awarded the 2019 Women Pioneer Award by the Women Pioneers of Miami Association and the Hispanic Business Leader Award from the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, among many other awards and acknowledgments from our community for her service. Will the Honorable Lizette Martinez now administer the oath of office?
Good afternoon, everyone. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Lubby Navarro,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and government of the United States
and government of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold office
to hold office
under the Constitution of the state,
under the Constitution of the state,
and that I commence my term of office today.
and that I commence my term of office today.
I will well and faithfully perform
I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of Miami-Dade County School Board
the duties of Miami-Dade County School Board,
Member District 7,
member District 7,
on which I am now about to enter.
on which I am now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
The Honorable Lubby Navarro will now provide remarks.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's such an honor for me to be here today in this special occasion, and to have you all during this pandemic here is even more special. I want to begin by thanking Judge Martinez. It has been my honor to have you, Judge Martinez, a dear friend of mine. When you were campaigning, I was there right alongside you, and due to an urgent issue we had just yesterday, she stepped up at the last minute to say, yes, Lubby, I will be here for you. So thank you, Judge Martinez, for what you do for our community in the criminal court division. I know the workload that you have, but thank you. I love you and thank you for being here. Let's give her a round of applause. Before I begin, I would like for us to dedicate a moment of silence to the family of our beloved Lieutenant Governor of Florida, Jeanette Nunez. Jeanette Nunez, Lieutenant Governor, would have been here otherwise if it was not for the passing suddenly of her father yesterday. I had an opportunity this morning to speak with her, and I know what the family is going through. But me personally, I've known her father since I was 20 years old, so this loss is great, not only to her, but to all of us that knew her father and loved him. So if we could take a moment, I ask you for a personal privilege to dedicate a moment of silence to her and her family, and let's keep them in our prayers. Thank you. Thank you all. Well, I want to begin by thanking all of the school board member colleagues that I have here today. Mrs. Hammond, thank you for welcoming me, and as soon as I said, Mrs. Hammond, I want to do my swearing in, she said I will bring remarks. Many of you know I walked into this building approximately 18 years ago, November 21st to be exact, to the 7th floor, where I still am today. There's something to be said about that, right, Mrs. Hammond? And I would be remiss if I do not express my gratitude. Leaving the legislature was not easy, but she said, you're gonna love education. And I said, you know, this is different. We have to go to schools, there's so many issues. And I saw at that time the passion she had, and she was a school board chair, and she's still the school board chair. I saw in her the passion she had for the work she did, and there were difficult times at that time when she had to lead the school board. Not only was she my boss at that time, she became a mentor even after I left that office and I was promoted in many different places. We are now have the honor to call her not only my friend, my second mother, but also our chair, but my friend. Thank you, Mrs. Hatman, for your mentorship all these years with me. Thank you. I would also like to thank everyone that was part of the program. I want to begin by thanking Mark. Mark is a special senior who graduated in the midst of the pandemic, class of 2020, and he's an amazing singer, performer, and I know he's going to go very far. He's a freshman at FIU, and FIU is very lucky to have him, but I've been blessed to know him for the past few years, and his family. His father's here with him today, and his mother, who are dedicated teachers in District 7 at one of the most amazing performing arts school, which is Winston Park K-8 Center. Thank you to the entire Correa's family for everything you do for our children, and thank you, Mark, for being part of this special day with me. Thank you. I would also like to thank Pastor Conrad for always being there for my community. Since I got to District 7, you know, who doesn't know Pastor Conrad? Every single week, he's handing out food to the community, and especially during the pandemic, the lines have been longer, but I've had the honor to work alongside Pastor Conrad in my community for the benefit of my community, to feed the needy. And thank you for always being here for our families, Pastor Conrad. Thank you. Part of the special program, as you saw, was my brother, Petty Officer First Class, Tony Gonzalez. Tony is a very special brother, and I have him the oldest of 5, but I would have to say that we both love the military, but we both love public service. And he wanted to be here on the 17th, but he could not be relieved from duty. But I can tell you that he did this video, and every morning, you know, many people ask me what drives me. And I have to say, every morning, I don't think of myself, I always think of others. But first in mind is my brother, Tony Gonzalez, who has been in bases for over 15 years, graduated from Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and both his children have lived and were born in military bases, and served our country honorably. I often get text messages, not now he's in Boston, but when he was in Virginia, saying, sis, you will be proud of me. I was able to stop some yayo. And I said to him, explain to me, what is yayo? And he said, sis, bad drugs that otherwise, if we would not have seized, would have entered the United States of America. So thank all the men and women who serve our country. Let's never forget their sacrifice. Let's never forget what they do every day to keep us free. So thank you, brother, for all you do. I would also like to thank our Miami-Dade County Police Department Honor Guard. As you can see, we have the largest police department of schools in the whole state, and I'm proud to say that this school district is a very different police department. We respect children, we protect children, and we mentor children so that they can learn to grow up to be peaceful citizens and honor and have a working relationship with their police department. So thank you to our Chief Lopez and the entire honor guard of the Miami-Dade County Police Department. I want to begin by thanking all the elected officials that are here, my colleagues, Dr. Perez, who serves alongside me in the south end of the county. Thank you for all you do. Mrs. Hammond and Dr. Perez have been here, are the longest standing board members, and they have had to deal with many issues, not difficult, but specifically out west where we have had a lot of growth. Thank you, Dr. Perez. We both began in community councils and know exactly how we have to help our communities. Thank you. I want to thank also my colleague, Dr. Martin Karp, that is leaving us in just a few days. But I want to thank you, Dr. Karp, for knowing you so many years and for being here on this special day. I've had the honor of knowing you and your boys and your family and your parents all these years. Thank you. We will miss you, but we know we will be in touch with you. Thank you. I also have the honor of having Dr. Larry Feldman. Thank you, Dr. Feldman, for being here. A dear friend, and our boundaries border, like Dr. Perez, and the South is very special to us. Thank you, and thank you, Dr. Feldman will be leaving us, but I know he'll still be involved somehow, some way. Thank you. And also with us is someone very special to me, a friend before a board member. Susie Castillo and I were both administrative assistants to board members back in 2002 when we both were here on the 7th floor. It's no coincidence that her leadership in her city elected her to be an amazing elected official in Doral. Thank you, Board Member Castillo. I love you, and I know that you're looking forward to your next chapter helping FIU. Thank you. And I'm also very grateful to have the 3 new school board member-elects. That must sound good, right, colleagues, new colleagues? Thank you, Luisa Sanchez, board member-elect in the South. She will be ordering my district. I look forward to working with you out there. And congratulations to also you, Christy Fraga, taking over Doral, and also Ms. Baez Geller. Welcome to the school board. We look forward to working with you and having you alongside. I'm honored to have my dear friend, Pedro Garcia. Thank you for being here, property appraiser, and everything you do. I know Wilbur Bell was supposed to come, but I also would be remiss if I don't recognize another colleague of mine, Hani Jardak. We serve together on the Value Adjustment Board. I like to say we certify a tax roll that I can't even say how many zeros, right? Right, Hani? It's a lot of money, but thank you. I want to begin also by acknowledging many people that are here with me, my family, my mother. My mother is, if you know anything about me, you know the strength that I have comes from my mother, an educator in her native Cuba, a kindergarten teacher, and I thank you, Mommy, for taking me to kindergarten at 2 years old every day to her classroom, and sitting me in a corner as I watched her teach her class. Gracias, Mommy. Thank you. I'm also here with my daughter, Stephanie Marie Navarro. I'm so proud of the young woman that she's become, also a graduate of Miami-Dade County Public Schools, a senior at FIU, and hopefully will be pursuing a career in healthcare. Thank you, Stephanie. If everyone knows me, my every breath says her name. Thank you. Although all my family could not be here, I'm joined by my aunt and uncle, who I love very dearly. My uncle, Carlos Gonzalez, thank you, and my aunt Bejita Lopez, both teachers, wonderful teachers at Miami-Dade County Public Schools. They teach language arts, and they teach children who just arrived to our school system who don't know English. So thank you for what you do. And their beautiful daughter, my youngest cousin, who this is her 2nd time being part of my swearing-in ceremony, Gabby. Thank you. I'm honored also today to have my boss, Aurelio Fernandez, the CEO and president of Memorial Healthcare System. Mr. Fernandez, I'm so honored to work alongside you. I have to say, as many of you know, in the middle of the pandemic, hospitals have been in the front line, but what I have been able to witness and learn from watching his leadership on every weekly call and every crisis situation has been a true master class in leadership. And I can tell you, our healthcare systems in South Florida are really led by the most amazing healthcare professionals, and I am so proud to be part of the Memorial Healthcare System family. Mr. Fernandez, welcome to the school board. Thank you. I wanted to also recognize a few people that were amazingly part of my campaign. All my supporters who not only gave me $1, but every supporter who believed in me, and every supporter who stood in the middle of the pandemic with me. It's no surprise that this year no one expected, no one could have predicted what was about to happen in March. And our school system went in flux, healthcare systems, the whole community. So as I started my campaign and we ramped up in late March, I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision because I knew that my community needed me more, right, Pastor Conrad, more than ever. My community was hungry. My students were isolated. And I said, I can't stay locked up in my house. Although I do have health issues in my family, I had to protect them. But I, as an elected official, could not hide. We have to go out, right? Right, colleagues? We have to do the work that no one else will do. And I received the first call from our superintendent of schools. So Alberto, thank you. Thank you for calling me and saying, Lubby, we're going down to Hollywood. And I said, Hollywood? That's where I work. He said, no, the Hollywood Squares. And they're in zip code 3317, my zip code. The Hollywood Squares are called the Hollywood Squares not because of the glamour, but because of the lights at night, because of the gunfire. And so the superintendent showed up with our police department full of bags of hot food. And that day, families came out from the projects to be fed. And I will never forget that because as fearful as we were, we stepped in. So thank you, Alberto, for always being there for my community. It was painful to be there, but we were able to feed very hungry families and even families that we never thought we'd feed, driving Mercedes, BMWs, you name it. This pandemic has hit everyone in our community. And so thank you. And so when we ramped up in March to begin a campaign, you know, some of us know our districts. I represent over 300,000 people. The South usually has, you know, our districts have the largest number of people. And I said to myself, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this in the middle of a pandemic? And I said, the only way I know how to do it, because I want to thank God first. Because if you believe in God, and that is why I am a school board member and my values stand true every single day, I have no fear. So as a leader, I led without fear. And I said I have to step out. I have to call my volunteers. So I want to thank all the volunteers of special needs families. Imagine their concerns during the pandemic, but they showed up on the weekend to walk with me, knock doors with me. I was the one that had to knock and speak, but they were out driving me, doing literature drops, and these families at times have people taking care of their special needs children because they believed in me. So thank you for believing in me. That has been my force since I entered the school board, because as a mother of a child who had special needs in our public school system, I knew, especially health, we needed to be there to protect our children as we move forward beyond the pandemic in our schools. So thank you to all my supporters who were with me every single day of this campaign. I want to also thank, I would be remiss he cannot be here, is my campaign leader, David Custon. He's the strategist behind my winning every single time I win. He's a dear friend and brother of me and Lieutenant Governor Nunez, and he's the force of the numbers, right? School board members, we all know it takes a winning formula, and those strategists look at the numbers in our district. I'm blessed to have been honored on August 18th by the voters of District 7 with their supporting confidence in me to continue to lead this school board as we continue to face challenges. Many of you know we had to close schools in March at a moment's notice. And I'm proud to say that this school district was ready to deploy hundreds of thousands of digital devices to all of our students. No one would have predicted the months of isolation that our students had to go through. But we were ready, and yes, we faced many challenges. But now as we look ahead, and this school year has started, many students still face many challenges. Our community is not out of this pandemic, and our school system is not, our economy is not. So we have to look towards the future, and that future that future is us that will lead in the challenging times that I predict will be ahead in the school board. Mrs. Hammond had to lead the school board, I think, and Dr. Perez, in the most difficult times ever in the history of the school board. But now we have to unite again and face the challenges not only in funding and fighting for equity and funding in Tallahassee, because the budget is going to be very different, but also on issues that pertain to our students now. I have the honor of knowing that today, 2 years ago, and when I picked, when we selected the date, I just realized November 6th, why does that ring a bell? Well, 2 years ago, this school board, I championed an item regarding the referendum, and at times it was controversial. It was referendum 362. 2 years ago, November 6, 2018, Miami-Dade County and the voters of this county supported an item that was brought to the school board to champion the first referendum to increase teacher compensation and school security. And just now, we are shy of almost collecting $500 million. Thanks to that initiative and the support of all of my colleagues, we were able to make history in the school board and compensate teachers. We can never forget that the core of this educational system is those teachers in the front line, like my aunt and uncle, and like the thousands of teachers that are out there fighting in the middle of the pandemic, teaching their children while they're teaching their class in their homes, in their kitchens, in their dining rooms. Those teachers, for us, have been our heroes in the front line. So we have to continue to find ways in our community to increase teacher compensation. And it wasn't rocket science to think that, because I had knew other school districts had done that in the state. I remember calling the superintendent and saying, we have to do this. Thank you, Alberta, for your support relentlessly and saying this is the right thing to do. Our voters spoke by over 71% that referendum was passed. And that allowed us to also bring police officers to support our schools and school security. So that referendum will be forever one of the things that I take the greatest pride in since I have served here on the school board. Moving forward, there are a lot of challenges. Having knocked on doors and heard the voters at the polls, as many of you have had, there are issues that they care about. And in my district, there's a lot of issues out in the South. But one of the things that we can never forget, even in a school board this large, even in a school board where its budget is $5 billion, $5 billion, a lot of things could get lost. A lot of parents, sometimes they're not finding the programs for their students. So at the core is our customer. And I've learned that, thank you, Mr. Fernandez, he's talking about. At the core is who we serve. And who we serve are parents. So we have to be ready to give parents what they need. We have to. And that is why, for me, the strongest voice in our public education system is that of a parent. I sit up there because I was a parent. All the other hats I wear don't matter. And that is why we have to continue to ensure that the parent gets all the programs, all the services they need, the access they need for their child. Because without that, their child will not succeed. So that is going to be my focus, and I know this school system is parent-driven, but we have to continue to emphasize that. Just a few months ago, when we started the school system, 8,000 students disappeared. I remember calling our CFO in the weekend, and I said, Mr. Steiger, tell me how much, multiply that for me. Tell me how much we've lost. So we have to find ways to continue to capture those students, those people that want to stay with us. Competition is good. Competition is good. Competition has made us an A-rated school district. And the work that our leader, Mr. Carvalho, has done for the last 12 years really has set us in this path. And the leadership, let us not forget the leadership of this school board. So I am proud to be part of this team to continue the work alongside our teachers union, our AFSCME workers, all of the unions of Miami-Dade County Public Schools, we have to support their employees and all the work that they do every day for our students. So thank you all for being here. Our work is not done, and the voters have spoken, and now our job is to listen and execute. And so I will be doing that for my district. And I just want to say that without the leadership and support of the school district, next year actually, when school begins, we will undo a wrong in the school district. And I don't know why the other school members never caught it in my district, but I came here and I said, how can it be that the only school entirely in this Miami-Dade County Public Schools that is entirely on portables, is in District 7? This is unacceptable. It's a 5-star school, blue ribbon school recognized by the Department of Education, a magnet school, an international baccalaureate school, Ammons, right near my house. I remember calling the superintendent and I said, tell me how much is in the budget. He said, $2 million. I said, how much is it going to cost for us to rebuild that school with brick and mortars? He said, $23 million. I can tell you, everyone knows how I am. I'm pushy when it comes to my community. And I'm proud to say, thank you, Mr. Carvalho, Ron Steiger, and our whole facilities team. We have $23 million to build the entire school, and it will open in a few years. Thank you. Thank you, Alberto. So thank you all for coming. I am honored that you all are here with me. Thank you all for being part of this program, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Will provide closing remarks.
Madam Chair, Pro Tem Hampton, our beloved school board members, those who will remain with us and those who will be departing us but will forever be part of this family, Dr. Martin Karp, Dr. Martha Perez, Dr. Larry Feldman, Miss Susie Castillo, to Mr. Pedro Garcia, property appraiser, Honorable Martinez, to the individuals in our community who are here today to celebrate the renewal of a covenant, a contract with this community, approved and sealed by the people of this community for the people and the benefit of this community. We are here to celebrate the return to this dais, more important than the dais, a return to service of a remarkable human being, a good daughter, a good mother, a good immigrant, a good citizen, a good community leader, a good friend, a decent heart, whose soul and spirit are driven by passion and compassion, by diligence and courage, by purpose and determination, by honesty and truth. There's nothing more important than that description of accolades that every single human being aspires to be. What is often rare is to see them all encapsulated in one individual who carries the awesome responsibility and weight of the future of our community, the future of our state, and the future of our country. Nothing less than that happens here. Here is where the decisions that will carry the future of our community and our nation forward, always a lens towards equity and fairness, access that is equitable to everyone. That is what board member and my dear friend Lubby Navarro espouses. That is too the mandate and the commandment, the honor that the 3 incoming board members, Ms. Fraga, Ms. Baez-Galler, and Ms. Santos, will join. It is a journey, it is a mission that impacts hundreds of thousands to be multiplied to become millions. Because everyone is someone's child, Everyone has a mother, a father, a grandparent who will depend on the success of our children. But today, our students tomorrow will be free-thinking, democracy-thinking, free-minded spirits will embrace our workforce and make their honest contribution to the America and the civil society we believe we all deserve. Those are the ideals that Lubby Navarro brings to us. I listened carefully to everything that Board Member Navarro spoke of. The beautiful words about her beloved Stephanie, her beloved mother, her family, her brother, her community, her supporters. But he also heard honesty, that around the corner, the celebration will quickly elapse and dark times are ahead. Wrapped around social injustice issues, there's a health pandemic, and combined they will usher us into one of the worst economic recessions we will have experienced. Tough decisions will have to be made, but passionate, compassionate decisions that put front and center the children and the parents of our community. Quality education always at the forefront of everything we do, everything we think about, every single decision. And that is not easy. That is why I am proud to serve this board. That is why I am proud to today close out this ceremony honoring and ushering in for another 4 years our school board member, our friend. As I said, nothing more important than being called a good daughter and a good mother. For in the center meets the past and the future. And good leadership reflects that. Learning from our collective past, its ugly points, its pleasantries, its high points and lows, recognizing where we are today, and then have the fierce determination and courage to do that which is right. And Lubby Navarro does that which is right. And when is the right time to do the right thing? Any time is the right time to do the right thing for the right reason by the right people. And Lubby is the righteous, rightful, and right person for the job today and in years to come. So, Madam Chair, with great admiration, respect, and love, friendship, Ms. Navarro, our colleagues on the board, the community at large, elected officials, and supporters of the bedrock of democracy in our country, public education, thank you for joining us here today. And I will close by saying what I always say. Dark times are ahead. We shall be challenged. But she or he who has a plan always wins. Secondly, from the impossible, the challenges that we will soon face, from the impossible to the inevitability of our children's success, there's nothing but belief, skill, and will. Belief that they're all anointed with a God-given ability to learn and maximize their full potential if we believe in them, if we find a rightful place on stage for them. Secondly, skill, for knowledge and science now more than ever are important and cannot be ignored. The earth will continue to revolve around the sun, the tides will come and go, and we shall persevere as long as we understand that. But the most important, as I close, is will. And will, Pastor, you know what will is. Will not only when it is convenient, but when it is inconvenient, when it is uncomfortable, when no one is looking, when there are no witnesses, to do the right thing regardless of consequence and cost. Will. Belief, skill, and will can turn anyone's impossible into everyone's inevitable. The inevitability of boundless opportunity for our children. That is what we celebrate through Lubby Navarro today, and days to come with others. Your time will come. Today we celebrate our friend, our school board member, our mother, our daughter, our sister, Lubby Navarro. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you for joining us for this afternoon's ceremonial swearing